Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, herzlich willkommen, Bruchim Mabaim, and a warm welcome to all of you. Bini Altstein from the Vulcani Center, Barbara Seimetz from the German Embassy in Tel Aviv, and I welcome you to our expert discussion on agricultural innovation and adaptation to climate change. We are especially honored to be joined by Germany's Federal Minister of Food and Agriculture, Julia Klöckner, Israel's Minister of Agriculture, Alon Schuster, Germany's Ambassador to Israel, Dr. Susanne Wasum-Rainer, and Israel's Ambassador to Germany, Jeremy Issacharoff. We are streaming this exciting event live from Israel. And without further ado, I'm happy to introduce you to our moderator of the event, the wonderful Hagit Schwimmer from the Israel Innovation Authority. Hagit, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Andrea. It's great to be here. Good afternoon, everybody. Shalom, guten tag, all of you. So my name is Hagit Schwimmer. I'm from ISER, the Israel-Europe Directorate in the Innovation Authority. We work on the European Framework Program for Science and Innovation, Horizon 2020, to be followed by Horizon Europe. And I'm in charge, among others, on the fields of environment, energy, and agriculture. Our daily job is to encourage collaborations in science, research, and innovation. So I'm very happy to host this event today, especially because of my current involvement in working on the European Green Deal, the program that promotes, with 20 call for proposals now open for submission, better environment, cleaner, more sustainable, climate neutrality, better and healthier food, circular economy, and preservation of biodiversity. In all these topics, there's a crucial need for collaboration between experts and entities from different countries. I also represent here PRIMA program, promoting research and innovation in the Mediterranean area. Both Israel and Germany are member states in this program that promote science and innovation in water management, farming, and food. And collaboration between these two countries is definitely encouraged. Other platforms for collaboration between Germany and Israel, like DFG, binational collaboration programs of MOST and BMBF, and others, all these are excellent opportunities for collaboration between two partners and to be expanded into broad consortia, to be submitted to the Green Deal and other Horizon call for proposals. So this event is filled with great mix of greetings, scientific presentations, and most importantly, a declaration of collaboration between Vulcani and two research centers of the Helmholtz Association, Germany's largest scientific organization. In fact, Helmholtz believes so strongly in German-Israeli research cooperation that they decided to open an Israel office in Tel Aviv 2 years ago, and we really appreciate that. So I'm honored to moderate this event today, which will be kicked off with greetings from our guests of honor, who Andrea already mentioned, followed by contributions from Helmholtz and Vulcani before leading scientists from all three institutes. We'll dive deeper into the collaborative research topics. After the expert keynotes, there will be time for a quick round of question and answers if time permits. So we would ask you to share your questions for the scientists in the chat box, which you can find on the bottom of the screen. So let's get things started. So I would like to introduce you our first guest of honor, Julia Klöckner, Germany's Federal Minister of Food and Agriculture, who unfortunately can't be with us in person today and delivered a greeting. We will hear the English translation of that. So please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all very warmly to our digital workshop. Our ministries have been working together closely and effectively for many years. I'm referring to our bilateral agricultural research cooperation in particular. The German-Israeli Intergovernmental Agreement on Cooperation in the area of research on agriculture and nutrition has been in force since 2012. This research cooperation has the potential to develop joint solutions for climate-smart, and resource-conserving agricultural sector that also makes use of state-of-the-art digital technologies. Yet, what exactly does digitalization in agriculture mean? It means that we can work more accurately and more efficiently. For example, by using agricultural machinery that spreads seed, fertilizer, and plant protection products with satellite-based steering systems. Both the Israeli and the German agricultural sector are already at the forefront of innovation in many of these areas. What is crucial about digitalization, in my opinion, is that we always keep in mind the actual benefits. For this, we need knowledge and facts. This year, a total of almost €1 billion earmarked for expenditure in the fields of sustainability, research, and innovation is at our disposal. That is the fourth largest budget of all federal ministries allocated to science, research, and development. In the years to come, we will provide funding for a number of research projects relating to digitalization. For the next 3 years, a total of €50 million has been set aside for digital trial fields alone. Because we want to test digital technologies on site, in practice, to find out how they can best be applied, to protect the environment, improve animal welfare, conserve biodiversity, and reduce workloads, and how they can, at the same time, help us save money. As an example, I have brought you a short video which you're going to watch in a minute. Startups also play a decisive role for us today. The proportion of startups participating in our innovation program has significantly increased over the last few years. This is an important signal. We need startups not only in metropolitan areas, but also in places where the agri-food industry has its roots. I am delighted that you have come together today to engage in a constructive exchange. This dialogue on the best ideas should be a firm link between our two countries, allowing us to identify and bring together Israelis and Germany's strength. I wish you all an interesting and successful conference. Thank you very much.
Ja, hier haben wir einen deutlichen Befall. Pflanzenkrankheiten bedrohen die Erträge auf dem Feld. Es kommt aber auch dazu, dass Schädlinge vermehrt auftreten. Teilweise Schädlinge, für die noch gar keine Bekämpfungslösungen auch vorhanden sind. Und damit fehlen dem Landwirt auch Werkzeuge, um seine Pflanzen zu schützen. In unserem digitalen Experimentierfeld Pharma-Space beschäftigen wir uns mit Technologien, die dazu dienen sollen, Krankheiten zu erkennen zum richtigen Zeitpunkt an der Stelle im Feld, um dem Landwirt Werkzeuge an Hand zu geben, um zum Beispiel eine teilflächenspezifische Behandlung durchzuführen und damit effizient eine Krankheit zu kontrollieren, aber auch Pflanzenschutzmittel zu reduzieren. Wir arbeiten mit unterschiedlichen Sensoren im Projekt. Einmal Temperatursensoren, die das Mikroklima des Bestandes erfassen, also Temperatur und Blattfeuchte zum Beispiel oder auch Bodentemperatur und Bodennässe. Und dann arbeiten wir mit Kameras, die Aufnahmen machen von den Feldern, zum Beispiel im thermischen Bereich und damit die Temperatur messen können oder die nicht nur im sichtbaren Bereich, sondern auch im Nahinfrarotbereich Informationen über die Pflanzen erkennen können, die dann wieder mit dem Auftreten von Stress und von Pflanzenkrankheiten eng verbunden sind.
Wir liefern IoT-Sensoren, die in der Lage sind, die Temperaturen und Feuchten im Pflanzenbestand, in Weizen, in Zuckerrübe und auch im Boden in unterschiedlichen Tiefen zu erfassen. Und dadurch werden ganz neue Datengenauigkeiten erreicht. Wir bekommen jeden Tag alle 10 Minuten Temperatur und Feuchte und das hilft den Forschern genau zu sagen, wann infiziert eine Krankheit, an welcher Stelle und was muss der Landwirt machen, um diese Krankheit einzudämmen.
Reinzoomen und uns genau die Unterschiede anschauen. Wenn wir in der Lage sind, mit solchen Technologien frühzeitig einen auftretenden Befall zu erkennen, dann kann die Pflanzenschutzmaßnahme zum richtigen Zeitpunkt durchgeführt werden und auch lokal in dem Bereich, wo es notwendig ist. Das kann also dazu führen, dass wir zukünftig nicht mehr das ganze Feld behandeln müssen, sondern sehr lokal und sehr präzise erste Befallsherde eindämmen können durch unterschiedliche Maßnahmen, auch zum Beispiel mechanische Maßnahmen, die hier dann zukünftig auch denkbar sind.
Thank you, Minister. Our next speaker is the Israeli Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mr. Alon Schuster, please.
Thank you. Dear Minister Klöckner, Honorable Ambassadors and Director General, distinguished researchers and guests. I'm very pleased to welcome all of you today, although I wish we could host this conference physically here in the Agricultural Center among fields, orchards, greenhouses, and laboratories, as I imagined it while answering your friendly and constructive letter, Minister Klöckner. Your proposal to revive the high-level discussion between our ministries reflected our long-standing bilateral cooperation in the field of agriculture and was highly appreciated. George Bernard Shaw said once, if you have an apple and I have an apple, and we exchange these apples, then you and I will still each have one apple. But if you have an idea and I have an idea and we exchange these ideas, then each of us will have two ideas. I truly believe in it. The German-Israeli joint researchers have already proven their ingenuity, and I hope that they will continue to do so, expanding the fields of cooperation for the benefit of our people and the entire world. Food security is a critical concern nowadays, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic, and will become even more crucial in the future as the global population increases and natural resources dwindle. At the same time, there are challenging environmental issues, and we have to look at agriculture with a holistic approach from farm to fork. Smart solutions for more efficient farming, sturdy crops, alternative sources of nutrition, and safer food packaging and storage are essential by improving all aspects of supply chain, bringing better seeds, using less chemicals, new growing methods, improved packaging system, new methods of marketing fresh produce. The entire sector will use environmental friendly practices to bring fresher, more nutritious and better tasting products to the market. For this end, our farmers, both Israeli and German, are using advanced techniques such as precision agriculture, remote sensor, technologies for efficient water and irrigation management, robots, drones, and new varieties able to withstand stressful growing conditions. However, there is room for more research-based improvements and innovations that will take the industry a further step ahead, and we are happy for the opportunity for launching the high-level discussion aimed in finding the right directions of the Germany-Israel collaboration. In this regard, I think that an MOU could be an instrumental to enable our experts collaborate more comfortably. I agreed our teams can start exchanging drafts at their convenience. Knowing the professionalism at Volcani Center and impressed by the excellence of the German research centers, especially Helmholtz Center, I am sure that this conference will be a very fruitful and enjoyable one, and I wish you all good health and hope to see you soon in the state of Israel. Thank you all.
Thank you, Minister. Our next speaker is Dr. Susanne Wasum-Rainer, German's ambassador to Israel. Please.
Distinguished Ministers for Agricultural Affairs from Germany and Israel, Minister Klöckner and Minister Schuster, dear Jeremy, Ambassador of Israel in Germany, Jeremy Issacharoff, distinguished scientists from both our countries, distinguished experts and participants in today's online discussion on agricultural innovation and adaptation to climate change. 2020 is the year when Europe and the world are facing one of the greatest challenges during our lifetime. The COVID-19 pandemic has made it clear that we are vulnerable. Our health systems, our education systems, our economies, and our democratic societies in Europe and around the world. And yet, we are aware, and we should be aware, that there are other, even bigger challenges ahead of us, challenges for which there will be no vaccine. If the international community fails to fight global warming and climate change, we will find ourselves in a very unsettled world in the years to come. But what we are learning from the current crisis is that together we can successfully overcome these challenges if we just take joint and determined action to prepare for a resilient and sustainable future. Climate protection is one of the political priorities of the European Union. In December 2019, the EU heads of state and government committed themselves to the goal of climate neutrality by 2050. The European Union has its roots in the European coal and steel community. Coal and steel were once the basis for economic growth and better living conditions. This has changed. Today, our challenge is to make our industries and societies sustainable and future-proof. The European Green Deal is our modern growth strategy for a climate neutral and resource-saving economy, and it shows us how a sustainable transformation can succeed. And agriculture plays a crucial role on our way to a climate neutral and resource-saving economy. The agricultural sector can be seen as a key instrument for implementing the Green Deal and achieving its goals. In line with the goals of the Green Deal and as a roadmap for further initiatives, the European Commission has published two concrete strategies: the biodiversity strategy to better protect ecosystems and the farm to fork strategy to make food systems more sustainable. Under the German EU Council presidency, discussion on these strategies and on how the goals of the Green Deal can be implemented and combined with the instruments of the common agricultural policy are currently underway. Ladies and gentlemen, the Green Deal offers considerable chances, but also considerable challenges for the agricultural sector. We know that agriculture must continue to produce enough to feed a growing world population and provide it with good and healthy food, and it must do so under the conditions of climate change, with more droughts and extreme weather conditions. We also know that agriculture should not be at the expense of the environment, biodiversity, and soil fertility, or further land use. To counter these challenges and to bring about necessary change, climate change and agricultural research and innovation are essential. With its extraordinary research and innovation landscape, Israel has been and is a prime partner of Germany and European researchers and research institutions. Both Israel and Germany hold leading positions worldwide in the field of research and innovation. Cooperation under the European Framework Programme and also within our bilateral framework can help to strengthen and even to expand this position in the long term for both of our countries. Therefore, Germany supports the full association of Israel under the Horizon Europe program. Today, within the bilateral framework, the Israeli Ministry for Agriculture and Rural Development and the German Ministry for Food and Agriculture expressed their commitment to continue and further strengthen their bonds under the bilateral governmental agreement for scientific technical cooperation in the area of agriculture and nutrition. And in line with this commitment, two of our most distinguished institutions, are going ahead and join forces. The Volcani Center, Israel's most prestigious agricultural research institution, and the Helmholtz Association, Germany's largest organization for the promotion and funding of research, and two of its centers, the Research Center Jülich and the Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research, are signing MOUs with the Volcani Center today to explore potential future cooperation. And moreover, experts from Israel and Germany have gathered in this event to exchange their knowledge and their views on agricultural innovation and adaptation to climate change. Hereby, climate change and environmental challenges are not only seen as threats, but also as what they are, opportunities. And this is, of course, a promising approach. Please let me express in conclusion my sincere gratitude to all of you who are participating in today's important expert discussion and for exploring pathways to build a better future for all of us. Thank you very much, Toda Rabba, and a lot of success for your exchange today.
Thank you, Ambassador. And our next speaker is the Israel's ambassador to Germany, Mr. Jeremy Issacharoff, please.
Thank you so much. For me, it's an incredible pleasure to be able to participate in this event today, alongside with the Federal Minister of Agriculture, Food and Agriculture in Germany, Ms. Julia Klöckner, and also the Minister of Agriculture of Israel, Mr. Alon Schuster. And I think it goes without saying, my colleague in Tel Aviv, Ambassador Susanne Wasum-Rainer, is an amazing partner to have in this incredible partnership that we've developed over the last years. And I think that for me, this coming together on these issues, talking about climate change and agricultural cooperation in many different areas. Agriculture covers a lot of areas, but to me, we've had an amazing period of time where we've seen a tremendous amount of cooperation in the area of strategic exchanges between the two countries, defense cooperation, diplomatic cooperation, intelligence exchanges, mobility, startups, advanced scientific research in other areas. And to me, it was very much overdue that we should bring the cooperation in the area of agriculture and climate change onto our joint German-Israeli agenda. I think this is a really major issue of the day. And as everyone has said so far, obviously in a time of COVID and in the time of global warming, we're witnessing so many different trends that are happening in our societies that I think really need to see this combination of Germany and Israel coming together. I found it incredibly interesting in recent visits to Rhineland-Pfalz, the state in southwest Germany, and also in Thuringia just the other day. I met with the prime ministers of both states, and one of the first things they mentioned to me was the fact that the forests and woodlands in these states, in Rhineland-Pfalz, it's 43% of the land trees, and they are suffering from an acute lack of rain, precipitation, and it's become a major issue in Germany. And I think the climate is affecting us in many ways, in many profound ways. It's affecting us in Israel, even in Israel, which is a hotter climate than Germany. We are also suffering the higher temperatures this summer that have been extremely high. And we have to find answers of how we go forward. And I think this is an amazing way that Israel and Germany can complement each other with its premier institutions, both the Helmholtz Institution on one hand, which is an amazing institution with tremendous knowledge and expertise, and obviously the Volcani Institute in Israel, whose name is really, I think has got a very great global reputation for its expertise in all of the different areas that we're talking about. And I think that, again, this is an essential element of cooperation that Israel and Germany can put together. I think there are a lot of marvelous things that can be done. One of the things that I found works so well in the Israeli-German relationship is that we complement each other and we provide expertise in different areas that each other has. And so it's not really a competition, but it is exactly as the minister said, Minister Schuster said, it's a combination of ideas. And I'm not sure that Israel has all the answers. I'm not sure that Germany has all the answers. But one thing I'm sure about is that together and with this cooperation, we can achieve amazing goals, have a great deal of realization of our common knowledge, and achieve a very important factor in the Israeli-German relationship as a whole. So I would like to wish everyone participating in this event today the best, and I hope this is clearly the starting point of many joint and future endeavors that are absolutely essential to our common agenda. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you to all our guests of honor.